One of the 16 personality types identified by the Myers-Briggs questionnaire, the INFJ accounts for approximately 1 to 2% of the general population. The INFJ personality type is characterized by 4 primary characteristics: introversion, intuition, feeling, and judging. Intuition, understanding, critical thinking, and emotional response are the cognitive processes that individuals with the INFJ personality rely on the most when navigating the world. Welcome to Ebline. In this video, Ebline is going to discuss the top reasons for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation. Why do INFJ male and INFJ female distant or isolate themselves from others? The first reason for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation is that they prefer to work through their issues by themselves. They frequently seek out isolation and distancing because they require time to digest the myriad of thoughts and emotions that they experience. They might not feel comfortable around other people, or they might believe that talking about their feelings will make them feel even worse. As a result, they might choose to isolate themselves. Because individuals with the INFJ personality type are frequently highly intuitive, it can be challenging for them to accurately communicate their thoughts and feelings to others. In addition, INFJs may have the perception that others will not understand them or will judge them. Consequently, in order to safeguard themselves and better control their feelings, they may isolate themselves from the outside world. Some people believe that their independent nature is a survival mechanism that was born out of the traumatic experiences that they have had, while others believe that it may simply be the result of their introverted nature. We do know one thing about INFJs, and that is that they have a tendency to confront the outside world on their own, and may even prefer to do so. They have their own unique way of thinking, analyzing, and devising strategies, and this is what differentiates them from other types of people. They are idealistic and self-reliant, and as a result, they value their privacy highly, which leads them to appreciate efficiency and self-control. They do not like it when a large number of people are aware of the personal struggles that they are going through. The second reason for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation is when they are concentrating on their life goals. People with the INFJ personality have a propensity for being dreamers and for taking bold action, both of which are distinguishing characteristics of this group. INFJs are aware that they need to commit their lives to something of larger significance, even if they do not have a particular life goal that has been determined on some level. However, before arriving at a conclusion regarding what it might be, a great deal of introspection might be required. Additionally, it could take a good number of years before they achieve any of their measurable objectives. They may spend a lot of time by themselves in an effort to figure out their life goals and to bring those aspirations into manifestation. This is a necessary requirement for them, and it is the same for all people who think intuitively. The third reason for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation is when they are feeling down. INFJs are lured to a lonely lifestyle, just like other introverts are drawn to that lifestyle. However, if INFJ the lone wolf go too deeply into their own ideas and emotions, this can be harmful for them as well. If an individual with the INFJ personality rarely comes out of their shell, many individuals who know and understand them well would conclude that the individual is already depressed since they understand them so well. They might be fully capable of taking care of themselves, but when they get too melancholy, they might shut themselves off from the outside world for extended periods of time. The difference between the INFJ's normal style of living and the symptoms of depression may be confusing and even difficult to distinguish due to the fact that INFJ men and INFJ women are typically quite introverted and silent. The fourth reason for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation is when they are experiencing difficulties, possibly because they are in the midst of a crisis. They frequently seek out solitude because they require time to process the myriad of thoughts and emotions that they experience. It's possible that they won't talk to anyone about what's going on because they are feeling overwhelmed and don't want to burden anyone else with their problems. They might also believe that no one can understand them or assist them in any way, which is another reason why they choose to be by themselves. In certain circumstances, they might choose to seclude themselves in order to concentrate on their own recovery. It's possible that they believe discussing their issues will only make things even more difficult for them. INFJs want, ultimately, to be in a situation in which they have the greatest amount of control over their own development and emotions. They frequently find themselves in the midst of a crisis when they engage in self-reflection and concentrate on their healing. This is due to the fact that by delving too deeply, they run the risk of discovering contradictions in some of the most fundamental beliefs they hold. As a consequence, they isolate themselves in an effort to alleviate the feelings of anxiety, confusion, and unease that accompany this situation. They hate the idea of being vulnerable and want to regain emotional control as quickly as possible without anyone noticing that they are trying to do so. When they are in a crisis, they are psychologically very vulnerable. They withdraw into themselves in order to regain their composure and begin working through the issue. The fifth reason for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation is that they dislike placing the weight of their problems on other people. They are extremely private people who place a high value on their independence and ability to fend for themselves. As a consequence of this, when they are feeling overwhelmed or burdened by personal issues, they may choose to isolate themselves. They may feel overwhelmed or overburdened by their emotions, be unable to clearly express their needs, believe that they are alone in their struggles, and not know how to deal with difficult emotions. These are some of the reasons why they may isolate themselves. Because of their fears, people of this type frequently have difficulty opening up to other people. In spite of this, the INFJ will almost always express gratitude if they are successful in reaching out to others for assistance. Their dogged determination to find their own solutions to their issues makes things more difficult in order for them to solicit assistance. They are friendly, empathic people who can easily adapt to whoever they are interacting with and make that person feel at ease in their presence. They have excellent listening skills and demonstrate a genuine concern for the feelings of those around them. They feel that discussing their individual issues would be disruptive to the harmony that they have cultivated in their relationship, so they would rather not do so. They are under the impression that they are able to solve problems on their own. The sixth reason for INFJs distancing INFJs isolation is in order to maintain emotional control. They will be able to process and sort through these feelings in a calmer and collected manner if they isolate themselves from the outside world. Because they are introverts, they frequently find it challenging to process the numerous impressions they are presented with throughout the day. By isolating themselves from the outside world, they give themselves the opportunity to more calmly process and sort through the various impressions they have received. They will experience feelings of stress, anxiety, and fatigue as a direct result of receiving an excessive amount of stimulation at any given time. INFJs need to find a calm place where they can give their senses a break so that they can experience less of these symptoms. They might need a few minutes to calm down, depending on how stimulating their day was. They have to spend a significant amount of time alone every day in order to learn how to control their feelings. This is all for today's video. Thanks for your time. Tell us in the comments section where you are watching us from. Don't forget to hit the like button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Send this video to at least 2 friends or your favorite group chat to spread the love. Click on the video on your screen to enjoy more content on personality types. To stay up to speed with our latest videos, click the bell symbol. See you in the next one. Take care.